This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. Looking back years past, Penny A. Kiss. Headline makers, local talent entertains at 2014 High Desert Mavericks games. The 2017 Yardbirds tried to eliminate the Bakersfield Train Robbers. From the Video Sports Football Archives, Levi Taylor and Daniel Dexter lead the Hawks aerial assault against the crosstown rival Jackrabbits for the 2016 Desert Sky League title. Silverado defenders personify gridiron predators as Rabbits of Victor Valley fall prey to the Hawks in the battle for the Desert Sky League championship. Levi Taylor dials long distance 3 times with Daniel Dexter, 41, 74, and 60 yards after a scoreless first quarter. The Hawks score 35 unanswered points in quarters 2 and 3. While scoring plays excite the Hawk Stadium Seniors Night crowd, the determining factor throughout the entire contest was the Silverado defense. Once Victor Valley felt compelled to throw to get back in the ballgame, Silverado's midnight blue wall of denial, Hawks defenders could pin their ears back and apply relentless, even ruthless pursuit of Jackrabbits quarterback Justin Ortiz. In one second-quarter sequence, 3 consecutive sacks added to a major penalty against the visitors, back Victor Valley from a first down near midfield to 4th and 40-something back inside their 20. Silverado follows their 21-0 halftime lead with 14 unanswered third-quarter points on their way to the Desert Sky League title-clinching 35-8 victory. Senior quarterback Justin Ortiz will shoulder the burden of Victor Valley's offensive attack, 7 yards on his first carry. Troy Hall, the Hawks tackler. Andy Garcia, 2-time All-League running back, 3 tough yards. It will be Tyler Ogbonna, Silverado sophomore nose tackle, getting up off the bottom of the pile of tacklers. 3rd and 5 at the 44. Justin Ortiz wants to throw, gets hemmed in between Jerry Katoa and Zach Plant, and rode down for a loss on the play. Jerry Katoa, 52, 6'4", 245-pound junior defensive end for Rafael Genorio's Big Blue Wall of Denial. This second Victor Valley possession ends when Silverado All-League safety Troy Hall pulls down the interception at the 11. Desmond Kepley, the intended receiver, first of 4 Hawks interceptions on the night. In the first 6 minutes of the second quarter, it is as if a floodgate opens for the Silverado offense. Levi Taylor's first 2 TD passes to Daniel Dexter sandwich Demario Dunnigan's 55-yard scoring jaunt, and it really is a rout the rest of the way. Jerry Katoa comes in with 5 sacks this season. This younger of the Katoa brothers gets 5 more sacks of his own this night. Levi Taylor completes 11 of 24 for 223 yards. His 3 TD passes give the junior quarterback 23 on the year. The victory gives Silverado a 3-0 DSL mark with Granite Hills left to play. Cody Culp seeks to become the culprit eliminating Bakersfield from postseason play when High Desert hosts the Bank Robbers in Game 2 of the best-of-3 series. The Yardbirds rocked the Train Robbers 14-4 in Bakersfield in Game 1, pounding out 17 hits. Ronnie Grant has proven unstoppable, 5 for 5 in the Game 1 rout, with his 4th home run of the season and 2nd in the last 2 games. Ronnie Grant has 10 hits in his last 3 games. What does youthful skipper Chance Sharp believe his team must do to advance deep into the playoffs?
We're going to have to stay within. We have everything we need as far as, position players and arms. We have everything that we need. So as long as we stay within and we play our game, we're going to be just fine. And I think we have what it takes. And as long as they believe that, we'll be pretty good.
Chance Sharp's 2017 Yardbirds go on to win the Pecos League Championship in the inaugural season of Yardbirds baseball. Pre-game performances of the national anthem showcase the extraordinary talent of entertainers from throughout the high desert. High D Boys, among the popular acts returning to entertain on the concourse and greet fans as gates open. Wooly Bully and the High Desert Mavericks are up and at 'em in August. Fans of all ages enjoy entertaining activities at every Mavericks game. Labor Day weekend, Saturday, Cancer Awareness Day. Cancer survivors living proof, performing on the concourse and singing the national anthem. Flashing back to headline makers years past in high desert Mojave River Valley history, delivered by We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery designs. We Got 'em, official CIF sanctioned Chanel patches for varsity jackets. We Got 'em Tees, 2 locations, Apple Valley and Upland. Oh yeah, We Got 'em Tees. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, the half-hour report on high desert and Mojave River Valley events and activities, entertainment, and history. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your high desert sports report. It's the most informative and entertaining half-hour of high desert television today. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Down Home Grill. Kids' $3 menu includes grass-fed cheeseburger, organic chicken tenders, grilled cheese with fries and berries, or salad and drink. Call 760-241-4663 for delivery. Drive-through, curbside, or pickup. Down Home Grill, corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road in Victorville. Bid fast and last. World-class auctioneers. Bid fast and last. Liquidation of government entities, vehicles, firearms, estates, antiques, fine jewelry, coins, and more. Bid online at bidfastandlast.com.
Ready to kick tires, start fires, kick ass, take names, and rock and roll.
Valu Quality Truck Bodies. Family owned and operated locally since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, proudly showcasing teens, athletes, and youth-oriented activities. The Bradco Companies. Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies. The High Desert Mojave River Valley's longest-standing commercial brokerage firm. Bradco, leading efforts to improve the quality of life and standard of living for all residents throughout our high desert region.
Serious legal problems? Don't go alone. The other guys have attorneys just waiting to blow you away. Contact Iwanzak. Accidental death? Injured on the job? Contact Iwanzak. Business litigation, vehicle accident, unlawful detainer, criminal litigation. Get the proper defense by going on the attack. Iwanzak Law Firm. Trial lawyers for serious problems.
We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery designs. We Got 'em. Official CIF sanctioned Chanel patches for varsity jackets. We Got 'em Tees since 1984. Now 2 locations, Apple Valley and Upland. Oh yeah, We Got 'em Tees. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, conference and convention center for the high desert and destination of choice of visitors and travelers to the Victor Valley. Looking back, headlines and headline makers in high desert sports history. The Oak Hills Bulldogs take on Rancho Bernardo in the 2015 CIF playoffs. The 2021 Desert Sky League Championship comes down to the final game of the season. Silverado unleashes a second-half scoring barrage to barrel past Adelanto 60-36 and win the Desert Sky League Championship. Mavericks hitting coach Bobby Rose explains the hardest transition for an amateur ball player to playing every day in professional ball.
You just said it right there, playing every single day, having to play, having to grind.
We kick off these flashbacks from the football archives. The Oak Hills Bulldogs take on Rancho Bernardo in the 2015 CIF playoffs. The Oak Hills Bulldogs meet Rancho Bernardo head-on in the CIF regional playoffs. Quarterback Brandon Porter leads Oak Hills to a 2-touchdown lead in the second quarter before Rancho Bernardo overtakes the Bulldogs and holds on for a 31-30 victory in the CIF State 3A playoffs. Andrew Ross intercepts a Broncos pass and runs it back inside the 5, setting up the third Oak Hills touchdown that gives the Bulldogs a 21-7 second quarter lead. J.J. Lewis scores the first touchdown of the game on the 6-yard run, capping the Bulldogs' game-opening 74-yard drive. A Rancho Bernardo field goal opens second-half scoring. The Bulldogs regain the lead on Christian Navarrette's dazzling 99-yard kickoff return. But the Oak Hills offense could not generate a second-half scoring drive, and the Bulldogs' defense gives up a second, long scoring pass on the Broncos' halfback reverse pass play from 45 yards out in the fourth quarter for the winning touchdown. Brandon Porter will lead Bulldogs ball carriers this night, carrying for 101 yards, giving him over 1,000 rushing yards on the season. The scoreboard will show Oak Hills falls 1 score short of advancing to the CIF State Championship. That is how good this Bulldogs team became. The defeat snaps a Bulldogs 8-game winning streak that had carried Oak Hills to the CIF Eastern Division Championship. Brandon Porter and his cast of fellow underclassmen will carry that with them into 2016, along with the first CIF football championship in school history. The 2021 Desert Sky League Championship comes down to the final game of the season. The defending league champion Saints of Adelanto needing to upset Silverado's Hawks to claim a share of the title. The Saints riding a 3-game winning streak fueled by sophomore sensation Keith Reynolds, who has scored 9 touchdowns in Adelanto's surge to contention. Silverado unleashes a second-half scoring barrage to barrel past Adelanto 60-36 and win the Desert Sky League Championship. The Hawks get a career night from this Roberto Ruiz to Lyndon Ravar connection, the sophomore quarterback and junior wide receiver collaborating on 4 scoring passes. Silverado's multiple-pronged offensive attack overcomes Atalanto's dual threat of Keith Reynolds and Rashawn Ramsey. The pair involved in 5 of the Saints' 6 touchdowns this night. It was 20-18 Silverado at the half. The second half would be Silverado doubling their first half total of 3 touchdowns with 6 more on their way to the 60-36 triumph. The triumph ends the COVID-convoluted 2021 campaign undefeated for second-year head coach Kieron Jones, whose 9 touchdowns against the Saints is his team's highest offensive outburst of the season. Mavericks hitting coach Bobby Rose explains
what is the toughest adjustment hitters have to make from the amateur level to preparing and competing day in and day out on the professional level.
You just said it right there, playing every single day, having to play, having to grind, and having to fail. They're failing constantly. When they're coming up from high school, they were always hitting 500, 600, and now they get to this level and then they get humbled. And they got better players, better pitchers, so then they also got to battle the failure, and that's one of the biggest things that they have to overcome is that.
Bobby Rose coached the 2016 Mavericks to the California League Championship in the team's final season in the high desert. Looking back to sports headlines and headline makers in High Desert and Mojave River Valley history, new coaches are at the helm for the VVC Rams and Mojave River League perennial contender Oak Hills. 2021's High School Player of the Year Finn Wall spends the summer a Helmsburg Prunes picker in the California Summer League. The lone repeat winners among Speedway sprints in this first Saturday in August will be the brothers Simpson. We kick off these flashbacks with football. Artie Ellen is the new VVC coach. The Rams are in absolute rebuilding mode as COVID's cancellation of the entire 2020 junior college gridiron campaign throughout the state left very few players returning for a sophomore season this year.
Yeah, so the number one priority right now obviously is recruiting.
Artie Ellen recruited the likes of Kenyard Edwards Jr., who will lead the conference in rushing yardage and touchdowns scored in 2021. Artie Allen's arrival, in fact, prompts the change at Oak Hills as longtime Bulldogs head coach Robert Kistner joins the VVC coaching ranks. Long-standing Bulldogs assistant Robert Metzger takes the reins at Oak Hills. Robert Metzger goes on to lead Oak Hills to the Mojave River League Championship in his first season as head coach of the Bulldogs. High Desert Baseball's High School Player of the Year, Finn Wall, has been pitching in the Collegiate Summer League for the Helmsburg Prune Packers up near San Jose. Finn Wall, the former Sultana Sultan, has appeared in 8 games for the California Collegiate League first-place team, his last 3 appearances a starter. Finn Wall has not allowed a run scored in 16-plus innings, striking out 18 while walking 6 and establishing the obvious 0 earned run average. 2022 update. After appearing in 5 games his freshman season for the UC Irvine Anteaters, Finn Wall pitched for the Appalachian League Greenville Flyboys in Tennessee, where he started 8 games and established a 3.02 earned run average. A classic down-to-the-wire finish in the Intermediates main. Some rough and tumble, bump and rumble action, contact that prevents a pair of the prior race's main event's winners from even returning to the podium in this night's 9th championship series at Wheel to Wheel Raceway. The lone repeat winners among Speedway sprints in this first Saturday in August will be the brothers Simpson, who would make it back-to-back checkers in the younger classes. Buck Blair, who had won the Pro 500 main 2 weeks prior, comments on factors making it difficult to accomplish consecutive triumphs.
Oh, I don't know, winds fluctuate, man. it's always hard to come back and win the race after you won last week, because you come all confident and then the track will bite you, or whatever. You never know what's going to happen in the main, but we'll see.
What does happen in the main is this three-car tangle-up that doesn't look that damaging at first glance, but it results in a broken wheel for Buck Blair, forcing him off the track, ending his shot at back-to-back main event victories. Justin Taylor is in front in the realigned restart, and the 20-year-old from Laguna Hills leaves the rest of the pack behind to take the checkered. Justin Adams finishes second. Bobby Taylor's third-place finish brings his season points total to 59, 4 behind season points leader John Eaton, who sat out the second straight race. Are the racing Taylors aware of one another's location in the heat of the battle?
Yeah. I'm always thinking about what he's doing, and I'm just glad we both finished good.
I'm very aware of what Justin Taylor out there on the track. He's my son, and I worry about him a little bit, and I also want him to do well.
Ricky Simpson will be the first Speedway Sprint racer this night to succeed at winning consecutive main events. Sean Rogers finishes second in a photo finish ahead of third-place Cash Culp. Robbie Simpson is the 7-year-old brother of Stevie. Rocky Rocket will bolt into the lead in the backstretch and overtake Scout Lease, winning the race to the finish line and becoming the second sprint car racer to register consecutive main event victories this night. Flashing back to headline makers years past in high desert Mojave River Valley history, served up and delivered by the Holiday Inn in Victorville, home of the Community Table Restaurant. Looking back, headlines and headline makers in high desert sports history. Major League Baseball's trading deadline impacts the 2016 Mavericks. The parent club Texas Rangers trade high desert's leading hitter to the Atlanta Braves. Mavericks hitting coach Bobby Rose explains the hardest transition for an amateur ball player to playing every day in professional ball.
You just said it right there, playing every single day, having to play, having to grind.
Danny Kerr drives in 7 runs in one game in the Yardbirds' 2019 winning streak. From the entertainment archives, Apple Valley's Got Talent, Brittany Morgan, Sarah Becker, Reagan Slomback, Angelica Howard. Winners in the 2013 Apple Valley Idol competition.
I'm gonna show you all that I'm made of. I've been brought down to my knees.
Brittany Morgan, Apple Valley Idol winner.
My ultimate goal is actually Broadway. I want to make it up from there.
I've been brought down to my knees.
Granite Hills senior-to-be Sarah Becker, runner-up. Apple Valley Idol, 11th season.
Dreams, but I don't mind.
Winner in the 11 to 13 age group, Reagan Slomback.
What's your long-range goal?
Being a famous singer.
Blackbird, blackbird, blackbird,
Angelica Howard took top honors in the 8 to 10 age group.
Is there any performer that you like best, that you like to listen to?
I like Taylor Swift.
Apple Valley Idol competition made it clear. Apple Valley's got talent.
I will feel, and I see your true God that shine through. Our song is the way you love, the first thing building is a passion. Brokenness inside me might start healing. And here is like I'm someone else. I thought that maybe I could find my girl in do. Have you ever come back home to Carolina? In your love, I need your love. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. 'Cause a girl like you is impossible to find. You're impossible, so great and so deep. Did you think I didn't need you here to hold my hand, to dry my tears? Did you even miss me through the years? Heads Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer up in the mountains. I can't believe what God has done. Through us, He's given life to one. But isn't she lovely, made from love? You haven't seen the last of me. You haven't seen the last of me. Thank you.
Sorry, some more words, you guys can take a picture as well. Let's give it up for all of our performers tonight. And first place, Brittany Morgan.
Mavericks hitting coach Bobby Rose explains what is the toughest adjustment hitters have to make from the amateur level to preparing and competing day in and day out on the professional level.
You just said it right there, playing every single day, having to play, having to grind, and having to fail. They're failing constantly. When they're coming up from high school, they were always hitting 500, 600, and now they get to this level and then they get humbled. And they got better players, better pitchers, so then they also got to battle the failure, and that's one of the biggest things that they have to overcome is that.
Bobby Rose coached the 2016 Mavericks to the California League Championship in the team's final season in the high desert. The Major League trade deadline has an impact on Southern California teams, including the High Desert Mavericks. The Mavericks lost their best power hitter. The Texas Rangers traded second baseman Travis Demerit to the Atlanta Braves for a pair of Major League pitchers, Lucas Harrell and Dario Alvarez. Both relievers joined the Rangers Major League team, while Demerit went to the Braves High A Carolina League team, the Carolina Mudcats. This trade bolsters the Major League Rangers bullpen with a pair of players the Braves picked up in May. Atlanta, in return, gets the California League home run leader. Demerit hit 25 home runs with the Mavericks this year. Bid Fast and Last flashes back to this date in high desert sports and entertainment history. Did you know Bid Fast and Last is a federally licensed firearms dealer and a licensed, bonded, and insured auto dealer? You can bid virtual live online on firearms, vehicles, electric bicycles, collectibles, fine jewelry, coins, antiques, classic cars, and more at bidfastandlast.com.
Start fires, kick ass, take names, and rock and roll.
Your way, Internet.
Congratulations on your first win.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Bid Fast and Last, sold and supporting High Desert Sports. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting the teams, schools, athletes, and sports programs throughout our high desert and Mojave River Valley. This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you next time around.